All right, Shalom. First and foremost, if I get started, I want to give all honor and glory and power to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Hakwadash. I want to say double honors to our elders and great apostles, Brad Millstone, GMS, who rule well and teach well, being great example to Israel. All right, man, the elect. I want to say peace and blessings to the hope of the elect on the four corners, pushing the truth and sincerity. All right, that great song that you brought in the bar. I just come with a little quick lesson, lunch live special, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Shai. All right, and I say this. All right, you women's, the spirit always get me to say, it's not the men's, all right, that need to change and get their house in order. It's you women's too. All right, you women's, if you don't get your shit straight, fall in line, get in order, you will be left to be destroyed. Whether it's by famine, pestilence, the evil. Because Jacob trouble is coming. All right, Jacob trouble is coming, man. So you want to have your shit wired tight, all right, and under an umbrella of the man of the Lord, all right, because these times are going to show, all right, that how you women's been living in la la land, all right, an illusion, all right, y'all been painting it a false image, all right, dealing with this happy wife, happy life. No, that's not the way. All right? And a lot of men is waking up to this. A lot of women, all they want is joy. The scriptures say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. And majority of these women, all right, live out what? They live out pleasure. That's how they live for. They live for pleasure. All right? And check this video out. And Lord willing, y'all brothers to be edified while I lay the law down. Check this out.
Met 6 years ago and whatnot, and when I ran to him, I was like, I really liked you. What happened? He was like, yeah, I really liked you too. I don't know why you just stopped talking to me. And I was like, I stopped talking to you. He said, yeah, you just stopped replying, stopped responding. So I'm like, dang, I'm thinking maybe I was going through postpartum. I don't know. So we hung out. We had a really good night. I'm talking about a really fun night. And I was like, yeah, I did like him. Like, I don't understand what the problem was. So, he takes me home and whatnot. I get home and I realize I'm missing an earring. And my earrings are real, okay? And these were a gift from somebody. So I'm just like, oh, I definitely want my earrings. And I hope I didn't leave them at the bar we was at. So I call him first and I'm like, hey, did you find an earring in your car anywhere? Because I do remember taking off the jacket I had. Like, it was like a pullover type situation. So I remember taking it off and I'm thinking, that's got to be the time it came out. And he was like, yeah, I do have your earring. Okay, great. So I was like, oh, so, I'm throwing a little flirt in there. And I'm like, okay, well, I'll just get it when I see you on our next date then. And he was like, okay, bet. All right, great. Days went by. Almost a week went by, really. And I was like, damn, you still ain't planning no date? That's why I stopped talking to you, because you weren't a dater. I like to go on dates, and after I just seen you, I want to make plans to see you again. Like, I don't know when I'm going to get my earring, because you're not telling me that you want to see me a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now. You're not planning anything. You're not letting me know anything, but you're texting me now. You know what I'm saying? You're checking on me, and whatnot. But that's what I realized. I was like, oh, because he's not a date. He's not eager to see me. And mind you, when I met him, he told me he wanted to have kids. He's older than me now, y'all. He's in his 50s now, but at the time he was in his 40s. He's like, he still wants to get married and have kids and stuff like that. And now he's still been single this whole time. And I'm like, this is why you're single. You got to be aggressive, bro. And I realize a lot of men still live in the mindset they had when they were like younger guys. And I feel like because he's so handsome and all that other stuff, he's so used to a girl being aggressive. But it's like, no, you're older now and you're the one that want kids and get married. You got to be, you're out here competing with other niggas that are aggressive. You got to be aggressive. You got to be like, yeah, let's go, let's see each other. Let's hang out. Da, 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 da. Because outside of hanging out with him, he's not really a good texter and he doesn't talk on the phone often. So the only time you can get to know him is if you're in front of him. He's so fun in front and when you're with him. But it's just like, I don't want to be the one pursuing and making the arrangements for the dates. I dropped a hint that I want to see you again and I need my earrings. So that should have been your cue to be like, okay, well, let's see each other on this day at this time at this place. So yeah, needless to say, I just went ahead and called him when I was getting off work yesterday and went and picked up my earring and came home. And I don't plan on going out with him. That's why I was ignoring him.
Exactly. And you see why he didn't call her back? Because all she want to do is go out and go on dates. All right? And when you look at the way that this world is being ran, that shit is annoying. You know what I'm saying? Knowing that you got bills, knowing that you got, these things going on, it's like, yeah, we probably go out when we first meet. Yeah, I met you, you know what I'm saying? The first 2-3 months, we probably went out and did all this. But as the relationship get tight, we get closer, it's starting to tap in. All right? Because when you really dealing with a man of the Lord, his mindset is in a different world than yours, man. All right? His mindset is on a different level than yours. The vibration is different. And you women, you coming into they world, they program. And you have women still trying to push that worldly vibration on the men of the Lord. You know, still got that worldly mentality as in a happy wife, happy life. But that's not true. All right? Knowing the time that we are in, we supposed to be trying to buckle down, all right, in the spirit. You know, and this was a worldly man. Like, he ain't got time for that shit. You know, because what she all about, he ain't about that. He want a woman at the house, cooking and cleaning and being a wife. You know what I'm saying? Being a pillar of rest. She not a pillar of rest. She want to be seen. You know, she for the streets. You know, so how much money the man of the Lord? Especially in these times. Because time is coming that you women face is going to be tested. You women is going to go through hardships. You women are going to go through Jacob trouble also. All right? And I want to get this this 1 Corinthians 7 and 20, and I'm going to start at 27. It said, if thou art bound to a wife, question, seek ye not to be loose, right? Art thou loose from a wife, seek not to have, or seek not a wife? Because you got to remember, measuring the time diligent in itself. You know, certain men, like, hey, it ain't prohibited right now for you to have a woman, right? Because if you do, it can cause you to what? To fall out, you know, lose hope, all this and that. We had men coming to the truth, and a woman drugged them right back out the truth. You know? But here it is, it stands, but if thou be married, thou have not sinned. And if a virgin marry, she have not sinned. Nevertheless, such shall have trouble in the flesh, but I spare you. The trouble in the flesh is the hell that we catch dealing with you damn women, man. You know? And it says, but this I say, brethren, the time is short. It remaineth that both they have wives, be as though they have none. Why? Because of the shit that's going on in this world. We constantly watching the news. We constantly watching the prophets, the apostles, and the information they bring out, all right, concerning, all right, the hard times, the evil times, the difficult times. We ain't got time for that. You know? Yeah, we have a little, you know, here and there, but not all the fucking time. And that's the majority of these women because they live in pleasure. They trying to live a life, all right, that's on TV, on the movies. That shit is not reality. Reality kick in, you gonna be like, you left with shit. Smoke and mirrors that these women have failed, all right, the smoke and mirrors, all right? But as a man, he said, be those that have none. You see that? And they that weep as though they weep not, and they that rejoice as they rejoice not, and they that buy as though they possess not. Why? And they that use this world and not abusing it, for the fashion of this world pass it away. So you women so caught up in material things and the pleasures, this shit finna pass away. And you're gonna pass away with a great noise, all right, and horrible scenes. Because Jacob trouble gonna be a motherfucker, all right, for you women. Because the men of the Lord gonna be A-okay. All right, and it's gonna lead to this video right here. Check this video out.
It is 100 women to every one man. So either you gonna switch to the other side or you gonna do some sharing. Pick and choose. You know, you were taught as a very young woman to share. They taught you in grade school to share. I don't know what's going on. If you can love more than one kid at a time, then a man can love more than one woman at a time.
So you said if you can love both parents.
If you can love both parents, if you can love an aunt and an uncle, a grandmother and a grandfather, y'all don't like this?
So you saying sharing is caring?
I'm saying sharing is caring. I'm saying that it's 100 women. These are the numbers, and I didn't make the numbers up. This is what Google is saying. It's 100 women to every one man. Either you share or you be left without. So when she said having a piece of a man is better than no man, I guess that's what she... Y'all gonna have to get used to sharing, because as of right now, it is 100 women to every one man. So either you gonna switch to the other side or you gonna do some sharing. pick and choose. You were taught as a very young woman to share. They taught you in grade school to share. I don't know what's going on. If you can love more than one kid at a time, then a man can love more than one woman at a time.
So you say if you can love both parents.
If you can love both parents, if you can love an aunt and an uncle, a grandmother and a grandfather. Y'all don't like this?
So you saying sharing is caring?
I'm saying sharing is caring. I'm saying that it's 100 women. These are the numbers, and I didn't make the numbers up. This is what Google is saying. It's 100 women to every one man. Either you share or you be left without. So when she said having a piece of a man is better than no man, I guess that's what she...
You see? All right, that's Isaiah 4:1 to the T. And that's on this side. And guess what? You women's going to have to get down with that man program. You can't come in there and try to run some shit. You're going to find yourself on the curve. All right? Men's is back, all right, where they belong, as being the head. All right? That's why it's written in this scripture. Come on. All right, that's why it's written. Isaiah 32. I'm going to start at 1. I'm going to jump down. This Isaiah 32:1. It said, now concerning the things whereof ye wrote unto me, it is good for a man not to touch a woman. What? And a man shall be a hiding place from the wind, and a comfort from the tempest, as a river of water in a dry place, and as a shadow of a great rock in a river land. It said a man shall be a hiding place from the wind going to the destruction. All right? So a man gonna be more precious in the times to come than you fucking women. But remember, smoke and mirrors. All right? And jump down. Verse 9. It says, rise up, ye women, die at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters, get ear unto my speech. And the speech is coming from the prophets, warning and telling you to come out of that mindset. You have been bamboozled. You've been tricked. You've been hit across the head. You've been lied to. All right, thinking that you the shit. Thinking that you the prize. When the man is the prize. The man is the goal to salvation. You women can't be saved on your own. You only going to be saved through a man. That man had to be a chosen man of the Lord. So this is the time now to wake up out of sleep. All right? Rise up, ye women, that are at ease. Hear my voice, ye careless daughters. Get ear unto my speech. All right? It said, many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, and old times is coming. All right? Because you remember, it's been pushed so long. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. Miss Independent. I don't want no scrub. Wait till these times occur. All right? We're going to see who need a man. We're going to see who's going to be a scrub then. All right? Sitting on the passenger side of his best friend ride. Yeah, you're going to want him. So it said, for the vengeance shall fail, the gathering shall not come. Yeah, because this was an illusion that the white man had gave y'all to think that y'all was the shit. All right? Because of the pact that they made when you go back to the garden with Eve and the serpent. You know? And now you have this liberty of women that think that it's just all for them. When y'all finna get a wake-up call, man. Tremble, ye women that are at ease. Be troubled, ye careless ones. Strip you, make you bear, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. Humble yourself. All right? Understand how Big Mama and them used to let Granddaddy do his thing, and guess what? They ain't say a bitch-ass thing. Granddaddy come in all types of night. He beat the children however he want to do it, and guess what? The grandma didn't say nothing. Because she feared Granddaddy, and she knew that she ain't had no place of saying something to Granddaddy. All right? And men's, real true men are looking for women's in their spirit. But the liberty that the white man gave you women, y'all just took it and ran with it, and now the ball is fumbled. Y'all through. All right? So Lord willing, y'all brothers to edify next time. Shalom. Baba Baraka. May the Lord team bless y'all day.